late to the internship, and there's no one on my subway card, which is really scary. And it turns out I missed my stop by 3 stops. Like, I don't even know how I did it. I was paying so close attention. And now I'm on this bloody train that's going down and then probably going back up. Maybe I'll get off and get a cab. How did I screw this up? Honestly, like... I hate myself. God, it's ridiculous. I'm in a cab right now, racing to the show. It's probably started, or I have no idea, but my boss, or soon-to-be boss, said that it's fine that I'm late. Yeah, hopefully, because fashion shows are usually, they usually start late, so hopefully it should be okay, but for a person who is always late, I hate being late. I just got home from the 2 shows. I should probably explain what I was doing today. So I found this on Craigslist. They were looking for a fashion intern. It's this kind of media, video, online kind of company. And they were looking for interns, unpaid internships. And I just, you know, applied, and she asked to meet me today, and she brought me along to 2 fashion shows. 2 menswear shows, Sicky M and Dexter. And what I did was I was the on-camera talent, where I would interview the designers. It was really fun and cool to do that. I got to sit front row at Sicky M, which is amazing. I never thought I'd sit front row at anything. And I got to interview them afterwards. I got to, you know, ask them about what they were inspired by and what sort of concepts were important to them when they were designing the clothes. So, you know you're ugly when a male model looks you in the eye and then immediately turns his head to cough out fake blood into the bin. You know you're ugly. But yeah, no, he was really cool. He had like white blonde hair. He was really thin, and it was a collection about like vampires and folklore and kind of like the romance duality with like evil, and he had like blood all over his teeth and everything, and he was really cool about it as well. At Dexter, I think it's a really new brand. They only started a couple years ago, and the company that I'm interning at, they really like looking for up and coming brands to interview and to represent in a way. And so like their clothes were kind of like sports luxe meets tailored gentleman, which I quite like. A lot of like jackets only, like shirtless and then a jacket over it. So a lot of chest, which is very nice. And then the second show at Siki M, which I really liked because it was really dark and gothic, but there was also this really romantic and soft vibe to it as well. It was the duality of it that was really interesting. The designer who I spoke to afterwards, he commented on how he was really influenced by vampires, how they can be scary and terrifying, but also they've got that romantic nature to them. On the program, he had like a list of the top 15 vampire films, and he had a really cool quote by Nietzsche. But yeah, I really liked the clothes as well. A lot of them had like fake blood here and on the ears, and clothes were really cool as well, and they were all wearing Doc Martens, so it was really awesome to be able to sit front row and like see them and talk to the designers afterwards. And yeah, when I was coming home on the subway, there was this woman who walked in. She was right next to me and in front of me, and she had a massive tumor on her face, like the size of a golf ball, like right here. And she was asking for donations and for surgery. It was a stage 2 tumor as well. And oh, it broke my heart. I mean, to know that someone who has such, a dire medical problem, is literally begging on the subway for money and it's not even money for the entire surgery. She's only asking for $2,000 to pay the deposit, because her insurance or healthcare system won't pay for it because it's a cosmetic surgery rather than a, whatever else it could be. And it just, I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like to be part of a system and society that, abandons you in that way, where you literally have to beg people on the subway and even pay for your surgery. Like you're a citizen of that city, of that country, but they literally don't care about you, and it sucks so much. Oh my god. So that was a pretty big kind of wake-up call, or just an awakening from the 2 fashion shows I went to, because if you get to be in a fashion show, if you get to watch one, you firstly work in fashion, and you're probably in a pretty privileged and wealthy situation, and your clothes probably cost more than that poor woman's salary in a year, and so that was a really interesting thing for me to see and experience. Kind of like to see the 2 sides of society all within 15 minutes. I feel like a lot of people don't like to talk about the bad things or the not so happy and great things that happen to them, or happen to those around them that they see, mostly because they just want to portray that they live happy and stress-free lives, but that's not true, and I think it's a very dishonest way of living as well. And I started these because I wanted my friends to see what life is like here. I think that it's important to show and experience bad things and unhappy things, as well as the really good and great times, because if you didn't have one, how would you even know if you didn't have the bad things, how would you know you're living such a great and happy life, after a while, you just become complacent and get bored out of your mind. So I think it's important to have that balance. Yeah, so today was sort of like a test run kind of thing, but she said she liked me, so hopefully I get to work with her more often. Hopefully the videos will be on the website soon. It's ad.com, addy.com, I don't know, I'll link them below. And hopefully the videos will be up, and I get to work with her more, particularly during Women's Fashion Week and next week, which I'm really excited about. And Cherry's also visiting during that week as well, so we'll be sightseeing and doing all the touristy things a lot as well. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah.